Michael, your overall thoughts on the game, especially the way you grew into the game after conceding early.
Yeah, I think we gave them a little bit too much in the first half. This team is a very good team with the ball, and we learned that the hard way in the first 20 minutes of the game. And it was kind of a game of two halves. In the second half, we were a little bit more aggressive. We pushed guys a little bit higher on the press, and we were able to win the ball back. And we recognized that they were a little bit vulnerable in transition, and we were able to hit them with the first goal with Fafa. And then from there, the game changes a little bit. And I thought the boys did well to stick with what we wanted them to do in the second half and really kind of utilize the game plan and go from there.
Michael, first win over Mexican opposition, and you now know that you've got Pumas coming here on Wednesday, getting that home game again, getting a chance to get them here. Big, important step for the club to try and get now into the last 16.
Yeah, it's great to always get an international kind of win because I think it bodes well for us as Canadians, being a Canadian team and representing Canada. Although we're representing the MLS, we're also representing Canada in this competition. So I think that's important. Never easy to play against Mexican teams. They're always very, very good, very skillful. But we were watching the Monterrey Pumas penalty shot there at the end, and when we saw Pumas won, we were obviously very happy because we want to give our fans another game at home rather than going to Houston.
Michael, I was thinking of the changes that you made. You got Johnson on at halftime, and he was one of two guys that really made a big impact along with Pico. But what was the message to the players at halftime about what you wanted to do in the second half?
Yeah, we want to be more aggressive. We went kind of into more of a 3-3-4 almost when we had the ball. We wanted to have Fafa wide, we wanted to have Pollo wide, we had Levy and Brian play off of each other because we know that they were very man-to-man. And, anytime Brian could get isolated 1v1 and get it off his chest or bounce it back underneath to Levante in the first goal, we had success. So, we wanted to be more aggressive with having guys a little bit higher up, and then even in transition moments, we could look to exploit them, and it did well.
Andres Cubas was fresh going into this game, and it really made a difference in the end because his influence on the winning goal was there in terms of breaking up the play and then allowing Johnson to finish.
Yeah, Andres is obviously very, very valuable to us at all times, whether he's fresh or not fresh. Sometimes he's not, and when he is fresh, he just has that little extra bite. I think today you could see he had that energy to try and go and win the ball like he always does, and he's fantastic at winning the ball for us and then finding that first pass in transition, whether it's in behind, whether it's to an outlet, into a space where we can go in behind. And, I'm really happy with this performance tonight.
Vanny had talked about trying to find a way to win when you don't have Ryan Gold available. And you've played two games, it's in this competition, and played very, very well without him being available in the lineup. That must bode well for sort of the overall conference of the side, the depth and what you're able to do, even if you're missing an important player.
Yeah, it shows a lot of character from the guys. It shows a lot of, I would say, fact that they put importance on the tactics and what we're doing. We changed. We played a 3-5-2 against LAFC, and we changed it up a little bit tonight. We rotated between different shapes, and it's never going to be easy when you're missing your captain and arguably your best player. But the guys have stepped up, and I think Galdi would be the happiest guy in the room to see us doing well without him because he's just that kind of guy. And so it's very difficult without him, but at the end of the day, we've proven that we can play and we've got the depth, and the guys can step up when they need to.
It took a while to see Balang this year, obviously working a lot behind the scenes and getting used to the system. Now we've seen him, seems like he's been hard to take out the lineup. What have you made of his growth over the last 6 months?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because if you don't see our day-to-day, you get to know him. And obviously we know him very well because we work with him every day. And he's had some good games for the second team this year. And he's just been – it's been difficult for him to get a run, and with Tristan out, with Javane moving on, with Ranko having a slight injury. And just little things like that. Sometimes you got to wait for your chance, and when you get it, you need to take it. And he's done really well. I thought he's done really well against Boanga last game, which is one of the most difficult jobs in the league. He's learned to be a little bit more composed. He's a player sometimes that as a center back would make decisions and maybe freestyle a little bit, but he's done really, really well tonight. He's done really, really well against LAFC, so really happy to see him get his chance and prove to us and prove to everybody that he can be a player for us and maybe get chances to start in the league.
And just in the second half there, you did well to expose the flanks with speed and getting Levante and Fafa out there together. What did you kind of make of having that luxury of being able to play direct with that speed?
Yeah, it was really, really good. And I think the fact that Levante and Brian were able to occupy their two center backs just gave so much more space for Fafa, get so much more space for Raposo. And obviously we had our three in the midfield that were able to kind of dictate the play a little bit. But, really, really good to see Fafa, be dynamic on the left side. He comes alive and he takes guys on, and sometimes he does his little tricks and little things like that. But he's done it in a way to be effective, not just in a way to just to do it. And I think he had a big impact on the game, and having the wide guys really helped us in the second half.
Just last one from me, Michael. Isaac played well on Tuesday, and I think everyone was expecting him to get all the cup games, but then with Yohe starting tonight, was that just to give them both a run out, or was there a little bit more to it? Yeah,
to be honest, it was always the plan to play Isaac against LAFC, and always the plan to play Yohe tonight against Tijuana. But we'll see where we're at for Pumas. But Yohe is our starting goalkeeper, and at the end of the day, we're giving Isaac an opportunity. He's done really well when he stepped up, and we know we've been playing Isaac in the Canadian Championship, and I'm not fully sure, to be honest. I don't want to give you wrong information, but I'm not really sure where we're going with the next games. But we're confident in both of them.